Hello, guys. The devil is working overtime, right? Now, within the weeks, alright, they fired Tucker Carlson and Don Lemon within the same week. And I want to discuss this that why does it mean, what do I mean when the devil's working overtime? The devil's working overtime is because that they're distracting you from the real reason what's going on in the world right now. Right? This spin saying this story should matter than any other stories, right? The Tucker Carlson fired is just a big distraction from everything else that's going on in the world. What is going on in the world right now, right? Tucker Carlson will be fine. He'll be okay. What you need to look is over here. It's a big distraction what's going on right now. It's like the media is a spin zone right now. That's what they're doing. They use up these narrative to distract you from things that really matter. Who blew up the Nord Stream pipeline? What is China doing right now? What's going on in Ukraine? That's what they're distracting you from, right? What's going on in Taiwan, right? Why is the Speaker of the House going to meet with the President of Taiwan, all right? All these stuff that they're distracting you from, right? World War III is imminent, right? They're distracting you from with Tucker Carlson being fired. Okay, Tucker Carlson, all right, you can have your own perspective about him. He could be good or bad, whatever. I don't care. He's a news anchor, right? A news anchor, what they do, they project their message. And your decision whether you take it at face value or not. I don't care about that stuff, right? I want to look at this agenda right now. What are they perpetuating, right? World War III, what do they try to do? Try to make you eat bugs, right? Some stuff that Tucker Carlson saying is true, right? There's some stuff I disagree with. I don't agree with everything Tucker Carlson has to say, right? Like I said in my previous video, you don't have to disagree or agree with anybody. If you agree with everybody 100%, you're a slave. You can't think for yourself, right? You're a hive mind. You're a cow, right? You're in the herd mentality, right? But anyway, that's besides the point. Tucker Carlson's whatever. I don't care. He can be fired. He'll be fine. All right. I'm caring about what's going on over here. Taiwan election. People aren't discussing that. Right. It's said that the guy that they're pushing to run against the current administration in Taiwan is pro-Chinese. Right. That means it's eminent that if he wins, and right now the Chinese people, not Chinese, the Taiwanese people is very angry with the Taiwanese government, right? So if they're angry with the Taiwanese government because of the situation around the economy, stupid. The economy is very important. Not all the country in the world are facing imminent collapse. All the country in the world. Not all the country is doing good right now. The BRIC nations, right? The BRIC nations, the transitioning from American dollar to yuan, all these stuff, they're distracting you with this story. Right? You gotta be awake to these kind of things. World news. If Taiwan fell into China, what does that mean? That means China will have a prominent dominance on the world market. Taiwan produce a lot of semiconductors, right? Which means if China get a hold of it, they control the manufacturing of the semiconductors, the patent. Decide who gets what and who's not get what. They control a lot of things. And if the world transitions from the US dollar to the yuan, right? That means the US don't have that much power. They're devaluing the dollar, basically. Don't be distracted by all this stuff going on right now. Right? Distracted by these world current events. They try to make you poor. Don't be distracted. It's all distraction. Put on your eyeglasses of truth. Your sunglasses of truth. See all these charades right now in the media. Who's going to replace Tucker Carlson here and there, right? I don't care, man. Like I said, there's something I agree with Tucker Carlson and some stuff I don't agree with Tucker Carlson. But in the end, he'll be fine. He'll make a platform for himself. He'll figure something out. He had millions of dollars. We shouldn't be worried about Tucker Carlson. Right? Sure, he exposed some truth out there. But yet again, he's censored in a way before. Right now, I don't know if he's going to be censored or not. But we can only tell right now, but it's too soon to say. But right now, my main focus on is the world stages right now. What they're not reporting. Ukraine, all right? They're filing all this report about Biden. All this payoff by China. It's a puppet right now. We got a puppet president that's been influenced and controlled by another entity outside sovereign nation. But that's the point, man. I just want people to wake up. Don't be distracted by these media, the spin zone. These are created, right? This story that's in the news headline right now are all created. They have a choose not to create the story, but they create it anyway, right? Fake news, you can trust them, right? That's why I tell people just go to independent sources, read all these articles, and compare them. What makes sense, what doesn't make sense. Independent journalists. Right now, independent journalism need 100% of our support, right? Because we cannot trust all these major publications, these mainstream media. We can't trust them because they have their narrative as well. They're being controlled by the few corporations out there. NBC, Disney, Universal, right? Fox, News Corp, they're all being controlled by BlackRock and all this stuff. We should not be distracted. That's why look into other venues of news, independent journalism. They need our support more than ever. They tell more truth than these people out there. They're not bound by it, right? Because this is a big deal. This might lead to World War III. World War III might be imminent. If you don't pay attention, you are gonna fall down. All right. And these people say, "Oh, I don't follow politics. I don't follow politics." Do you look at your wallet? Do you look at your paycheck? Because your paycheck is affected by politics. All right. Do you look at your pocketbook? Do you look at your taxes? Because your taxes are affect your taxes. All right. You could be all these anti-politics all you want, but at the end of the day, all these policies that they're creating affect you in the long run. All right, it's gonna come back to you eventually. All right, I have friends out there that say, "Oh, I don't follow politics." All right, so you're gonna fall on your face. You're gonna be ignorant. You have to follow these things because you don't want to be led astray. That's why this thing is important to follow. Right? I know politics might be deceptive, right? It might be misleading in a way, but you have to be aware because if you're not aware, you're gonna fall down on your face. All right, you're gonna be used as a pawn if you don't follow this stuff. And I have so many friends that they're sheets basically. They don't follow stuff, they don't watch the stuff, and because they told me the number one reason because they tell me is this divisive and all stuff. Yes, I agree. I agree with you. It's divisive, right? I agree with you that, but ignorant isn't always bliss, right? It doesn't pay to be stupid. You have to be smart about this. You have to pay attention, or else you're gonna fall down to the pit with them. You're gonna be led to the meat grinder, right? Eventually, politics is gonna affect you. But the thing that we're going through right now is all a big distraction with Tucker Carlson's. They'll be fine. We need to pay attention to this thing that's in the news right now that's not being reported. That journalists being silenced. Alright? People being censored just to report the news. Right? If people are being censored, shouldn't that raise a question in your mind like why they're being censored? Shouldn't you try to seek out the information that why they don't want you to know these informations? You just can't be dumb. Can't be oblivious to these kind of things. Right? I don't like politics. Oh, do you like the checkbook? I don't like politics. Oh, you like getting paid? I don't like politics. Oh, you like being taxed to death? Because all these stuff linked to politics. All these stuff linked to the news. Right? If you're blinded by this, you're gonna be led astray. I can't tell you how many times I have to repeat that to people. Right? And there are so many dumb people that's drinking the Kool-Aid right now. Right? The Roman circus is there to distract them. Get them bread and circus. They won't pay attention to this. Right? Have you heard that expressions? You cannot be bothered by the bread and circus that they're giving you, that they're feeding you. What is in this food that they're giving you? Distraction. Why is the price of alcohol still the same? Why is the alcohol so cheap right now? It's distraction. prevent you from knowing the truth in world in the economy. All right, we're in a economic depression right now. Some of you guys might disagree, but I really do think we're in a depression. People are getting laid off to left to right. People in the tech sector is being laid off. Right? You think the tech sector will be safe, but no, they're not safe. You think learning to code will be safe occupation, but it turns out that's not safe as well. Right? This is what a wise man told me that a wise man told me that have a trade, right, that you're in, but also have a skill to fall back on. Right? Have your job, but also have a skill, and and I agree with that because your job, right, isn't 100% foolproof, but you have the skill to fall back on, which you could monetize that with, right? But at the end of the day, don't be distracted by what's going on in the news right now. These Tucker Carsons, right? He'll be fine. Some other journalists will be out there spreading the truth, right? That's why I'm telling you to be be mindful and listen or read more independent journalism, support independent journalism more than you support all these mainstream medias right now. On that note, guys, thank you for watching, and I'll get right back with you with another video. Like, share, and subscribe, and have a good day. Peace.